REED-BBS, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelors in Boxing Studies, BC. Oh! So this Saturday, the 31st, we got the one and only VASYL Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell. This will be a unification fight. Lomachenko, I believe he's 13-1, 10 KOs. Mr. Campbell, he's 20 wins, 2 losses, and 16 KOs, if I'm not mistaken. Again, well, first of all, this will be shown on ESPN Plus at 12 noon CST at a theater near you. But yeah, it's a strange mix. Don't know if I've ever seen a unification fight consisting of a vacant title. I'm not saying it for sure hasn't happened. I just don't remember it. So Loma, he's the WBA, WBO champion. The WBC title was vacant. Like, Campbell's fighting for it and could wind up with 3 titles in theory. And he's not even a champion walking into the ring right now. Initially, Devin Haney and Campbell were supposed to vie for the vacant title on the zone. Everything but the ink had dried on the contract. Next thing you know, Bob Arum doing as only Bob Arum can do. Like, no. I want my guy who's got 2 belts to fight for that belt. And then he's going to fight the Teofimo-Lopez Richard Commey winner. And we'll have a unified champion controlled by Top Rank. That's how it's going to end up working at the end of the day. This reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard versus Don Lalonde back in the day. Don Lalonde was a champion at 175. Sugar Ray Leonard was moving up from middleweight to fight for Lalonde's title. But here's the catch. He concocted a way, Leonard, and I believe Arum was promoting Leonard at the time also. They came up with a way where he was fighting for the vacant 168-pound title and challenging Lalonde for his 175-pound title. Only Lalonde had to come down to 68. So when Leonard knocked out Lalonde in a real good fight, he became a light heavyweight champion and a super middleweight champion in the same damn fight. Fighting the champion at 75 and 168. That's what this reminds me of. Again, you got a guy with 2 titles fighting a guy with no titles. There's vacant titles over here, and they're going to unify. It is what it is. And this type of shit only happens in boxing. This is the only sport this type of shit happens in. Every time Lomachenko fights, it seems, he's calling out Tank Davis. At some point, Tank, somebody from your camp, they need to respond. Like, bruh. Now Lomachenko's saying he'll move down. He'll come to 30 and fight your ass. Do you want that smoke? Do you not want that smoke? Can your promoter speak on it? Can your promoter's bestie speak on it? Can someone say something? Every fight week, Bob Arum's throwing shade in some way. I believe he told Eddie Hearn he was an idiot for announcing up front that Joshua Ruiz too would be in Saudi Arabia. He made a couple other snide comments, but he made an appropriate one also. He said, look, if Floyd really felt that Gervonta Davis could beat Lomachenko, then they would make the fight. It's really that simple. I don't like when people say nothing. You know, this dude is steadily chirping at you, Brian. You ain't saying nothing, but whatever. That's for another podcast. There's some similarities with Lomachenko and Campbell. They were both 2012 gold medalists in the Olympics. Lomachenko also won gold in 2008. They're both SOUTHPAWS. They both had real good competitive fights with Jorge Linares. Campbell lost a split decision. Of course, Lomachenko stopped him after a flash knockdown in the fight. So they both were competitive with my man Linares. It was what it was. Real good fights in both instances. But that's where the comparisons really end. Campbell, he's bigger, stronger, taller man. But from what I've seen, he doesn't use his length hardly at all. So when you're facing a certified sharpshooter like Lomachenko, and you're not using your advantages, you're not using your reach, you're not using your length, you're not really trying to stay away from him, what that adds up to me is you being a big-ass target for Lomachenko. You're going to be a big-ass, available target for Lomachenko. That's the long and short of this fight, man. Campbell, he's a credible fighter, world-class dude, but he's just at a lower level. Simple as that, he's at a lower level, man. Give me Lomachenko by late stoppage or unanimous decision. We talk about the man that made $1 million crawler holler. Now he's saying, Luke, I am your father. REED-BBS, BBS. Black Burp Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Televisión. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.